Hey, what's up? It's Jack, and welcome to episode 19 of the Road to World Record series, where I document my progress towards breaking the world record and solving as many Rubik's Cubes blindfolded as possible within 1 hour, but accurately. So, yeah, this week I said I want to mix things up a bit more. So, first of all, I decided to go for 20 cubes, which is between 16 and 24 cubes, which is like a barrier I seem to have trouble like bypassing. The attempt went like crap, so that didn't really work out. It was kind of like, how about I try something between 8 and 16, I believe. So I went for 12 just to mix things up a bit. That went alright, so I was just kind of like, how about if I maybe build up in increments of 2 or something? Maybe that might do something. But then I did 2 like really bad 14 cube attempts and I gave up on that idea kind of quickly, so yeah. And I went back down to 8 cubes and just spammed a lot of attempts over the course of 2 days. And I built up quite a lot of speed, which you probably would have seen in my Instagram stories or my Twitter. Yes, I have a Twitter account now. Go check me out there. And while my accuracy might be a bit questionable in some of the attempts, I was mostly focused on like, I guess the DNFs where I like straight up forgot something on the key, because those are like a lot worse than like, you know, a misturn, at least in my opinion. Which meant that actually one of the most notable attempts throughout that period of time where I was spamming 8 cube attempts was actually a 4 out of 8 attempt, which would be like 0 points, which sounds like, you know, kind of bad. But I didn't forget a single cube. I think they're all like execution or like just kind of like dumb memory errors, like that kind of stuff. But like memory on that was like 548, which was like pretty damn good. And execution was, I can't remember exactly what time was, but it was like 17 seconds per cube, which is like, that's like Graham Siggins pace. Like, whoa, that's pretty good. I was kind of thinking if I could recall cubes that fast from just the 8-pack within itself, then with something like the system that like Gro Hessler does, like I'd have 2 more reviews on top of that, which means that in theory, if I could improve my recall more over the course of the 2 reviews, I could theoretically execute even faster than like 17 seconds per cube, which is already kind of insane on itself. So I felt like that was actually the most important attempt, at least for me, in that week. And that was the attempt that made me kind of realize in the first place that switching to something like a system that Ro did might be like actually practical. Before I didn't want to do that because I thought I might have to switch to what he did, which was like just memo 1 to 8, then review 1 to 8, whereas I'm doing an extra review at keys 1 to 2. But this like, I guess 8-pack like frenzy I did over the course of 2 days, the thing I realized was that my recall wasn't like too great, or like most attempts anyway, so accuracy felt like it could have been maybe questionable, but my speed was just kind of falling down quite a bit. So that's kind of why I was leading towards this like system that Ro was doing, and I think what I actually planned on doing before, because I can go through the packs quicker, but like I need more accuracy, so doing like an extra review just kind of makes sense. So yeah, that's the plan I switched to now, thanks to that 0-point attempt. So yeah, but I guess later on I did do like an 8 out of 8 attempt, which was quite nice to have. And that had like memory time of 5 minutes and 9 seconds, which I think beats my fastest memorization time for an 8-pack before the week by like a whole minute. So that was pretty nice. And yeah, going to the last 2 days now, second last day, I think I tried 16, but I think my pace just sucked and I got distracted by some really dumb things. This is like a problem I have with like, I guess, longer attempts. Like, I feel like naturally I'm a pretty unfocused person, which kind of makes me feel like I'm not really shooting to get like a world record in solving a lot of Rubik's Cubes blindfolded, but hey, I kind of did that already for like solving a single cube blindfolded like 3 times, so I figured like why not? But yeah, that's something I gotta like work on, because yeah, like I don't know if you can see it, because like I speed up a lot of these like multi-attempts, but I find myself just like getting itchy in the head or something, and my brain just wastes a lot of like mental energy debating, going like, should I itch this itch or should I resist the itch but get distracted for like the next minute or so? These are important life choices. And then I eventually cave in and just itch it, just like what I did just then unintentionally. So stupid stuff like that. Sometimes I find myself like adjusting my earphones around pointlessly, or like tapping the laptop top so I don't see the time, even though I could just lean back. Just like stupid stuff to put me off pretty much. It's pretty annoying, I gotta work on that. So I was just kind of depressed for the rest of the day, thanks to that I'm really like giving up on attempts. I kind of went against the whole like not giving up unless my house burns on fire like mentality I have like for the past 2 or so weeks, I believe. Speaking of fires though, Australia's kind of on fire though, so please donate to the people that need help. I'll put a link somewhere in the description where you can see more info on that. But anyway, yeah, the last night of the week, I'll just kind of like, screw it, I might as well try go all the way on the other side. So instead of doing a small attempt, literally attempt the entire 38 keys, which was my goal for my next competition. Just see how that went, because kind of going far on the small end really helped with speed. So I'm thinking going far on the long end might help with my endurance. So yeah, I kind of expectedly went pretty damn slow. Like the whole attempt took about 1 hour and a half, which is pretty far away from getting below the hour time limit I need for competition. Result was like 31 out of 38. I think I only forgot one pair. The interesting thing was that like, if you do blind, you probably notice, but like if you forget something, you kind of just like, if you forget just like one pair, you can kind of put your fingers over all the pieces you've covered, which is kind of what I did, except 2 like pieces, and I kind of knew they were the last 2 pieces that could have been that pair. I went through all possible combinations, which are just 4, and I couldn't figure out what like the pair was I used in that image, so I don't think I visualized it at all or something. It was a penguin, by the way, so yeah, sorry, penguin son. But I managed to recall everything else, which is pretty cool. So I think I might just do that a bit more, because at least having the confidence to be able to recall everything, like, well, pretty much everything is probably a good starting point before I try to drop down my speed, but yeah, in essence, I think I'll do a lot more 38 cube attempts. I also noticed Ro doing that as well, like a lot of like above the hour attempts, which definitely helped with him. Like I'm pretty much looking up to him for inspiration, because he's kind of done what I wanted to do, which is jump from around 30 to 40 cubes within the span of 1 or 2 months. So I'm definitely going to do that a bit more. I'm still going to do some small attempts as well, like 8, 16s, maybe like some 4s and 2s, because that's what I do at the end of a 38 cube attempts. Just experiment with that. Yeah, I just have to work on the whole endurance thing, because my mind's really bad at that, and I just got to train it more. A question of the week is, what is the most amount of cubes that you've ever attempted to solve blindfolded at once? Within the hour and above the hour, or both, I don't really mind. See you next week.